going on, guys, and welcome to your favorite Nikki. So as a lot of you know, I was doing the baby modeling thing with Iris for a while, and in real life and online, a lot of moms tell me that they want to get their kids into modeling, and they ask, how do you go about it, and what was your experience with it? Well, we actually decided not to do it. We're not doing that anymore. And I thought that I should get my story out there, and I'll just tell you guys my experience from start to finish, how you get into it, etc., and why we decided that it wasn't for us. So, like all mamas, I'm very proud of my daughter. I think she's the most gorgeous thing ever, and I just want to shout it from the rooftops. A lot of people would tell me, your daughter is so pretty, she needs to be a baby model, and she's got a personality, and she's already comfortable with the camera because I vlog and stuff, and that's really important too if they want to get into the commercial and modeling industry. Iris was very comfortable around the camera, and I thought to myself, you know what? I live in LA. Why not give it a shot? Why not try it? I have a lot of friends who are in the entertainment industry, and I know for adults there's commercials that pay like $20,000, and I thought that would be a really nice gift to give to Iris to set up a foundation for her where she could go to college or do whatever she wants when she's an adult. So I was gonna set that money aside for her. And so we decided that we were gonna give it a shot. So then I went online and I found the websites of the top modeling agencies in Los Angeles. And these websites, they actually have spots where you can submit photos and you give a little bit of information about yourself and a little bit of information about your child. And I ended up getting a call from one of the top modeling agencies in Los Angeles. This was supposed to be one of the best. And they called us in for a meeting, said they'd like to meet with Iris, and we went in there. And when you're there, they take a couple more pictures, they sit and talk with you for a little while, and then they say, okay, we're gonna show it to our higher ups and we'll let you know what we decide. And then about a week later, we got a phone call and they said, you know, we would love to sign Iris into this modeling agency. We'd love to represent her. And so we were very excited about that, super excited. So the next step after that, you have to set up an account for your child, which is called a Coogan account. And I actually really like this law, and I super duper appreciate it. So this account was started because a law was passed after a child actor named Jackie Coogan. He was acting, I believe he was originally in the Addams Family, the old TV show, and what happened was he was a child actor and his parents ended up stealing all his money, and then he turned 18 and he had nothing because his parents spent it all. So this law was passed, if you have a minor and they work, that they have to, the money, like a certain percentage of money has to go into this account. I was gonna give everything to Iris, but I still appreciate that, you know, they make laws so that children can't be taken advantage of. So then you have to get a work permit for your child, which we did that. So then the modeling agencies want you to be available pretty much at the drop of a dime. They'll give you a phone call and say, hey, this brand is casting between 12 and 2. They'll call you like at 11 and say, can you make it? And you can. I thought this wouldn't really be a problem because I make YouTube videos for a living, so I can be flexible and make it to castings no problem. So the first casting we went to, it was for a really big baby brand, and I don't want to name names in this video because I don't want to get in trouble, but we go to this casting and it is just insane in there. I'm talking like moms and dads and hundreds of babies, and you get in there, you fill out a form, and then you sit down and you wait, and I was there for a couple hours waiting for our name to be called, and then finally we went in, and in the casting you can't really tell like if they like you or not. A lot of times like you learn that that interaction, like you just never really know. Again, like a week later, we ended up getting a phone call that they wanted to use Iris for this commercial, and it was exciting because this was such a huge brand, like everybody knows this baby brand, but it wasn't paying anywhere near what we thought a commercial for a brand this large would pay. They were only paying a couple $100s, and we thought, you know, like it could open some doors for Iris, why don't we give it a shot? And then we get there to the day of the shooting and we're handed this contract that's like very, very, very long, and it looked very complicated, and it made us a little bit nervous, so we call our agency. I asked a question about the language. I said we make YouTube videos for a living, and the reply I got, well, do you want to make YouTube videos or do you want to do real stuff? And to me that came off as very condescending. In any endeavor that I do, any business endeavor, I want to make sure like the partnership, like they're looking out for me, that sort of thing, and I'm not just one of many. And I got the feeling that we were just one of many. They were just representing a lot of kids, and I didn't feel like we had very much personal attention or that they really cared about our business relationship. Like, I just really want to make sure that Iris is being taken care of and protected if we're ever gonna do anything like that. And we stuck with them for a little while after. And it turns out that most of the modeling jobs that are offered to children only pay like $100 to $250. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that that's bad for a day. Like, yeah, that's a lot of money, but you have to audition to maybe get $100. So you're really like, you have to go in one day and spend like a lot of hours in a casting studio. Sometimes it wasn't as much time, I will admit that. But you have to plan your day around this casting, and it's not even guaranteed. So it would be different to me if it was guaranteed that Iris got the job, but that's just not how it works. You have to go to auditions. So the highest paying jobs I ever saw castings for were like $500 to $1,000. Those were the most ones. And I asked our agent if she could only submit Iris for those castings, and she ended up saying, no, you can't pick and choose what castings you're submitted for. So we can either take you out or you can go to the $100 ones. And I said that I wasn't interested anymore. Again, like I said, like, it would be good if it was guaranteed, but every conversation that I had with the agency, I was leaving with like a really bad feeling. I'm like, I just don't have a good feeling about this. So I think we need to part ways. So the agency communicated to me that there really aren't very many higher paying jobs, that $100 is pretty normal for baby modeling because kids, they can only like sit in front of the camera for about 15 minutes. And I really liked that, that my child is protected, because I would never ever put Iris through stress. Like, I wouldn't put her through long days, like sitting in front of lights and a camera. But if you do get the job, you still have to be there waiting around a lot for a long time. And plus there's the day that you need to go audition and you might not even get it. So it was just like, I don't know, it didn't really feel worth it to me. And the agency told me there's hundreds of moms who would be willing to do this. And again, that just made me feel like they didn't really have Iris's back and we were just one of many, and just like an icky feeling again. So yeah, I think there probably are like a lot of moms who are very excited about it and willing to do it. Like, I thought it would be cool to have some really professional, fun pictures of Iris, but at the end of the day, I just didn't have a good gut feeling about it, and I think I need to trust my gut, and Iris is my #1 priority, and I need to make sure that she's protected. And if I didn't feel good about the situation, then I just needed to move on from it. Like, we're just gonna continue to make YouTube videos, and Iris is in our YouTube videos, so I'm putting money aside for her college for being in our YouTube videos. And I just, you know, I love my daughter a lot, and I'm just trying to do what's best for her. So let me know what you guys think. Would you still want to get your kid into modeling? Do you think it would be fun and worth it? Ultimately, it just wasn't for us, so we decided not to do it. But I mean, hey, to each their own. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, and always remember that I love you, and stay tuned for more vlogs. Mwah.